There's a spring in the mountain and it flows down to the town.
From NPR Music and West Virginia Public Broadcasting, with support provided by Bailey and Glasser and by the West Virginia Tourism Office. Welcome to another Mountain Stage with your host, Larry Gross.
There's a song in my heart, just a simple little tune, but the rhythm and the melody won't leave me alone. Around the world it's just a simple song. This world is turning around a simple song. Thank you so much. Welcome once again to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. And we are excited tonight. River Whyless has come back to visit us from down in North Carolina. And I know they got a lot of fans around here and around the country. Also, a wonderful songwriter and singer, Martha Scanlan, is here with John Newfield. Martha Scanlan and John Newfield will be out during our next hour. Also, our good friend from down in Nashville, great singer and songwriter, Will Hoge, is back. And we are very excited because we got some home folks from up in Morgantown, West Virginia. Hello, June will be out during this hour. But we're going to open up with a very talented man who lives up in Toronto. And he's had a lot of success as a singer and a songwriter. Songwriter of the Year on iTunes before, multiple Juno nominations, two-time Canadian Folk Music Award nominee. You might have seen his songs on a bunch of television shows. But really, by himself or with a band, or in this case, as a duo, Royal Wood is one of the strongest singers and kind of contemporary pop folk singers that there is. He's got an EP out there now called Love Will Linger, and he's just made a recording at Massey Hall, the great venue in Toronto, and he's going to release that next year live at Massey Hall. Please welcome back to the Mountain Stage, Royal Wood.
Thank you very much. Watching you walk away, hearing you say his name, he's at the hardest thing of all. Hoping you fade away is getting stronger every day. He's at the hardest thing of all. The worst thing is I'll never really know if I knew you at all. It ain't surprising, the sun's still rising, and you're not here anymore. Saying I'm sorry, it never came easy. Guess it's the hardest thing of all. Saying that I need you now, I'm saying it so loud. Is it the hardest thing of all? Saying that I miss you now is getting worse somehow. Is it the hardest thing of all? The worst thing is I'll never really know if you knew me at all. Ain't surprising, the sun's still rising, and you're not here anymore. Saying I'm sorry, never came easy, and guess it's the hardest thing of all. dreaming of waking up just to be close enough to hold you somehow. 'Cause I'll be waiting on the stars to fall down. It ain't surprising, the sun's still rising, and you're not here anymore. No, it's too late for me to try and explain and to open up your door, saying I'm sorry. It never came easy. I guess it's the hardest thing of all. And I still love you, still thinking of you. And that is the hardest thing of all.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you. I'm going to welcome to the stage Mr. Steven Zerai here. He's going to play some bass. It is always fun to be here. We were back here a couple years ago with Lake Street Dive and Miss Wainwright, and it was just an amazing lineup, and we were buzzing and sort of electric on stage, just so excited to be here, and this is no different. So thank you, Mountain Stage, and Larry, for having us here.
You've been burning your bridge, peering over your ledge, letting darkness come in with applause. And the sorrows you keep, the waters run deep. Tonight I will be your guide. Oh, the judgments you hold, the pages you fold, are held tightly and clenched in a fist. You're your own verdict, it's off with your head. Tonight I will be your guide. Oh, said I. Oh, said eyes. Tonight I will be your guide. Oh, said eyes. Oh, said eyes. You've been burning your bridge, peering over your ledge. Tonight I will be your guide. Tonight I will be your guide. Tonight I will be your guide.
Thank you very, very much. You guys are tremendous clappers. All right. Is anyone out there married? Anybody married? Yeah. All right. So I asked that question the other night on tour, and some people booed. And then I asked, is anyone divorced? And people cheered. Not going to say which city I was in, but it didn't have that much love. The reason I asked the question is because the song I'm about to play was one that I wrote for my oldest brother when he was getting married. He had asked that I'd write a song for the service. He wanted to walk to the front of the aisle, exchange vows, and have this song that made everyone weep. And then they would be married. And of course I said yes. It's my brother. He's one of my best friends in the world. But I didn't know how to write it, and I knew it on the inside. But I said yes, and I said you can't hear it until your wedding. And for some reason he said okay. So that was a good couple months before the wedding, and then over the course of those 2 months, it was like a test I didn't want to take. It was like that midterm that you just got to be ready for, SATs or something, and you're just like, but I can't even study. I'm so terrified of the exam. I don't want to do this. And then suddenly it was the night before his wedding, and I had no song. Completely true story. I had no song, and I kept trying to write something all morning, and it would sound like a bad Disney soundtrack from the 80s. I was like, I can't do this. So I kind of paced around, and I walked with my guitar, and I paced, and I paced, and I paced. And then the light bulb went on. I just had to think about my parents. My parents were together for 50 years before my dad passed, and they were my inspiration of what love should be and could be and what marriage really is, because I think anyone can get married. That part's easy. But staying together and having that real journey that means something, that's hard. And the second I thought of my parents, the song wrote itself, the fastest thing I've ever written. And I'm actually proud to say that in Canada, a lot of people now use this as their wedding song. So it's called I'm So Glad. I'm going to send it out to anyone out there who's married for all the good reasons and is there for the long journey ahead. It goes like this.
As we are on our way, it might be a hard way, but as long as I'm with you. As we are on our way, it might be in harm's way, but as long as I'm with you. At the end of a long, long day, there is not much more to say than love. I'm so glad I met you. And we may feel like folding, but as long as love is holding the hands of me and you, the waves can be raging, but together we'll be aging. And as long as I'm with you, at the end of a long, long day, there is not much more to say than love. I'm so glad I met you. Do-do-do-do. Oh. Do-do-do-do. Oh. So winds can be blowing, surely we'll be knowing my love as long as I'm with you. At the end of a long, long day, there is not much more to say at the end of a long, long day. There is not much more to say than love. I'm so glad I met you. Do 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 do. I'm so glad I met you. Do 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 do. Oh, I'm so glad I met you. Do 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 do. So glad, so glad. Do 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 do. I'm so glad I met you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You guys are a very kind audience. I alluded to my parents, to my father, and my dad was definitely the reason I'm up here. I grew up on a bunch of farmland 2 hours northeast of Toronto, and I had 3 older brothers and a kid sister. And music was just so important in our family, and thankfully there were instruments around, and I was one of those kids that grabbed a guitar instead of a hockey stick. But it was really because of my dad. He just fostered all his kids to do what they should do and wanted to do and needed to do. And he unfortunately passed away from Alzheimer's not that long ago, and definitely was a big loss for my family and I. And cathartically, I made a record called Ever After the Farewell, and just kind of put it all into music, because that's what we do. I think we need to listen to it, and I think we need to write it. That's how we navigate life. I think humans, music is so important, and it so was to my dad. And one of the songs that I wrote is called Photograph, and sort of inspired by the idea of my sister at the funeral. My brothers and my sister and my mom were all standing at the service, and she stayed up all night, going through all the photos at the farm of my dad, and she took this big Bristol board and put them all on it, and basically just showed his whole life. And I was so taken aback at the funeral with my brothers and stuff, thinking that this was his life. But it really was. These photographs we didn't notice walking around the farm as a kid now were everything, and you could point at them, and relatives are telling us stories, and my mom was telling stories, and there was stuff of him as a baby and a teenager and buying the first house and getting married, and it was all there. And I thought about that for a while, because we used it to mourn him that day, and then eventually now it's become, these photographs are things that we celebrate my dad with, and I know that's what everyone does after death. We hang on to what we hang on to. So I wrote the song for my dad. He was larger than life and amazing, but he also would have loved a song about him, because he was occasionally vain. So the song is called Photograph, and I'll send it out to him.
I'm staring at an empty chair where you used to sit. We joke and laugh and talk a while. Well, I remember it, but now you're gone, and the love will linger on, 'cause I still hear our days gone past and these photographs. Well, I'm walking a familiar street where we used to live. Mistakes were made, how I wish you'd stayed, 'cause I had so much more to give. But now you're gone, and the love will linger on, 'cause I still hear our days gone past and these photographs, these photographs, 'cause photographs, I wish I'd kept them all. Photographs are the last way I can hold you. I'm laying in a haunted room where I will now wait for the ghost of you to come and pull me through this lonely hearted state. But now you're gone, and the love will linger on, 'cause I still hear our days gone past, and I hope they last like these photographs, these photographs.
Royal Wood from up in Toronto, along with Steve Zerai on the bass. Royal Wood on the piano, guitar, vocals, and of course writing the songs. And that latest LP is Ever After the Farewell, as he just said. And he also has a brand new EP, Love Will Linger, and watch, because in the new year there will be a live album, live at Massey Hall. Very, very talented singer, songwriter, and musician, Mr. Royal Wood. It's time now to feature Julie Adams and the Mountain Stage Band. Friday night down in Lewisburg, West Virginia, West Virginia Music Hall of Fame put on a tribute to Billy Ed Wheeler, one of the great songwriters, period. But he's from West Virginia, from Boone County, and he's written many, many hit songs over the years, including Jackson, the famous one that Johnny Cash and June Carter sang, but many, many others. And Julie sang a song there that he didn't write, but he recorded, an old traditional song. A lot of people have sung it, from Woody Guthrie to Odetta. I think Odetta sang it on the show. It's called 900 Miles. Ron Soul was there the other night. He's the leader of the Mountain Stage Band. Michael Lipton is the leader of the Music Hall of Fame. And he played, and he's playing guitar tonight, along with Ryan Kennedy. Bob Thompson is our piano player. Steve Hill plays the bass. Ahmed Solomon plays the drums. Keep it going for Julie Adams.
I'm just walking down that track. I got tears in my eyes, trying to read this letter from my home. If this train runs right, I'll be home tomorrow night. I'm 900 miles from my home. and I hate to hear that lonesome whistle blow. Now I'll pawn you my watch, and I'll pawn you my chain, pawn you my gold diamond ring. And if this train runs right, I'll be home tomorrow night. I'm 900 miles from my home, and I hate to hear that lonesome whistle blow. This train that I ride on is 100 coaches long. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. If this train runs right, I'll be home tomorrow night. I'm 900 miles from my home, and I hate to hear that lonesome whistle blow. I'm just walking down this track, I got tears in my eyes, trying to read this letter from my home. If this train runs right, I'll be home tomorrow night. I'm 900 miles from my home, and I hate to hear that lonesome whistle blow. And I hate to hear that lonesome whistle blow.
Julie Adams, the Mountain Stage Band, old tune, 900 Miles. You're listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Major funding for Mountain Stage is provided by Bailey and Glasser, LLP, a nationwide law firm born in West Virginia, with offices in Charleston, Morgantown, Wheeling, St. Louis, D.C., Boston, Alabama, Florida, and Delaware. Details at baileyglasser.com. And by the West Virginia Tourism Office. There are places you visit and places you behold. You'll find natural wonders and endless experiences in the Mountain State, West Virginia, a place that's almost heaven. More information at wvtourism.com. Additional support is provided by hip, historic Charleston, West Virginia. You'll find live music 7 nights a week in West Virginia's capital city. It's music from the hip. Your adventure starts online at charlestonwv.com. This is Mountain Stage on NPR. If you have questions or suggestions for us, we'd love to hear from you. Our email address is larry@mountainstage.org. You can also connect with us on Facebook, of course, and you can check out all of our socials, Tumblr, Instagram, and Twitter. These links are at our website, mountainstage.org. Well, next up is a man who first came to see us in 2003. I remember it. It was in Huntington, West Virginia. And I remember it because Bobby Boo Bland was on that show, and so was Daniel Lanois. That's pretty deep water. But as a young man, this guy over here held his own in that pretty austere company. And since then, he's really made his way in the world of pop, rock, and country music. He's written some hits. The Eli Young Band took his song, Even If It Breaks Your Heart, to #1. Lady Antebellum recorded Better Off Now. He said a lot of folks record his songs, but he, of course, does them best himself. He released an album in 2017 called Anchors, and it was very successful, but it wasn't enough because he was inspired to go right back in the studio just a few months later and do another album that is out this year. And it was inspired by the fact that he had something to say about the state of the union in this country and about politics and about his thoughts about where we are and where we're going. And he's always been pretty candid. His songs are full with his ideas. He's not afraid to say what he thinks. And this record is a whole album full of that. It's called My American Dream. Welcome back to the Mountain Stage, Will Hoge.
You told us all that this would be the biggest show that we had ever seen. You said it would be huge, the greatest of all time. That everybody here could have everything that they had ever dreamed. But now the crowd is getting restless, thinking that you lied. The ringmaster is gone. It's just a clown down here all alone. Oh, Mr. Barnum, won't you please take your circus back home? It seems your big top 10 ain't as large as you said that it would be. And all the things you said that we'd see inside are gone. No strong man, no dancing bears, nobody swinging on trapeze. There's just one bearded lady down here to tell us nothing's wrong. And the ringmaster is gone. It's just a clown down here all alone. Oh, Mr. Barnum, won't you please take your circus back home? It's your pride leading us to a fall, and you just laugh like it don't matter at all. Oh, Mr. Barnum, won't you please take your circus back home? Wanted to believe you, but now we just want you to get out of town. Oh, Mr. Barnum, won't you please take your circus? Oh, Mr. Barnum, won't you please take your circus? Oh, Mr. Barnum, won't you please take your circus back home? Thank y'all. So for those of you that were coming tonight expecting to see the Lone Bellow, this is a bit like, I remember watching soap operas with my mom when I was a kid. I'd watch Days of Our Lives, you know, and like John Black would die, and all of a sudden you tune in the next day and there'd just be an actor that you'd never seen, and they would just bring him in as the character, and suddenly in the middle of a scene it would stop. And it would just real quietly along the bottom of the screen, either in writing or a narrator's voice, would say, the role of John Black is now being played by so-and-so. So if you were expecting the Lone Bellow, the role of the Lone Bellow is now being played by Will Hoge. I hope that that is okay. O'clock Sunday, and now I'm all alone, here without nothing to say. And I wish you would tell me that you didn't mean the things that you said yesterday. Sometimes a woman needs more than nothing to keep her from going astray. But you come home every evening and make me think leaving is the only thing to keep me from going insane. And angels don't work for nothing, and I ain't asking for silver or gold. One day you'll wake up to find that I've left you behind, and it'll just be 'cause you were so cold. And I've always wondered why love is like money. When you need it the most, it's all gone. And it's not like I'm asking for a fistful of diamonds every night when you come back home. But I raised you 5 children, and I put food on the table. And don't you think sometime you might close your eyes and just kiss me, or maybe whisper you miss me before you lay down and shut out the lights. And angels don't work for nothing, and I ain't asking for silver or gold. One day you'll wake up to find that I've left you behind, and it'll just be 'cause you were so cold. And angels don't work for nothing, and I ain't asking for silver or gold. One day you'll wake up to find that I've left you behind, and it'll just be 'cause you were so cold. Oh, it'll just be 'cause you were so cold. Oh, it'll just be 'cause you were so cold. Thank you. This is one of those songs from that pesky new political record that he was discussing beforehand. If you like it at the end of the song, clap your hands. If you don't, just put your fingers in your ears and we won't tell anybody at all about it. Another politician sitting far away. Doesn't matter how many got gunned down today. As long as you can keep your re-election bills paid, you're just a whore to the pimp that's called the NRA. They tell you how to vote and they sell you all their lies, and they watch as common sense just slowly dies. But you got blood on your hands now, but you don't care. You just sit back and offer up your thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers. Don't give a damn about your thoughts and prayers. It's just spitting wind flying around in the air. Why don't you do your job up there and keep your thoughts and prayers? There's a mama crying 'cause her baby won't come home. You tell her father that you're sorry that his son is gone, and you just sit and do nothing in that big white dome and hope we all forget to care. And you could have done something, and we all wish that you would, to prove to the world you had one tiny ounce of good. But you'll just blame somebody else for all this despair and not do a thing but offer up your thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers. I don't give a damn about your thoughts and prayers. It's just spitting wind flying around in the air. Why don't you do your job up there and keep your thoughts and prayers? And someday when time finally takes its toll and your maker comes to call his final roll, I hope he closes up the gates and sends you straight to hell for the truth that you knew but got paid not to tell. And you can beg and you can cry, Lord, don't send me down there. You'll say the devil made me do it. I'm so sorry, I swear. And I hope that God just laughs and tells you I don't care, and sends you into the fire with just his thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers. Don't give a damn about your thoughts and prayers. It's just wasted words now and nobody cares. Why don't you do your job up there and keep your thoughts and prayers? Keep your thoughts and prayers. Keep your thoughts and your prayers. Keep your thoughts and prayers. Well, thank you. It's Sunday, right? So this sounds like a Sunday song. You know, you got to sing a song about Jesus on a Sunday. Don't be nervous. It's going to be all right. Jesus came to earth today, smack dab in Tennessee. Knocked upon my front door and said, hey, Will, remember me? I said, oh, Lord, please forgive me, but I ain't real good with names, but your face looks real familiar. Wait a second, is it James? And he said, no. Said, it's Jesus, you know, the Son of God, and I didn't realize. I said, man, I'm sure sorry, and invited him inside. Offered him a sandwich because he was looking awful thin. And then I went and got nervous and said, so Jesus, where you been? And he said, heaven. Will, I've been in heaven. Then I saw him looking at a picture from my wedding day of my wife and me and our 1-year-old son. I said, I guess that's not okay. He said, the truth is all I care about is that you love and take care of your kids. Remember, I was born out of wedlock too, though some folks soon forget, they'd soon forget. And we just sat there talking and watching the TV news. I asked him Fox or CNN. He said, Will, I prefer the truth. I said, PBS, okay, my friend. And we both had a laugh, but with the stories they kept showing, he started looking pretty sad. It was all war and death and hatred, poverty and greed. He said, the rich folks and politicians are just starting to get to me. What part of love your neighbor is so hard to understand? I said, don't take it too hard, Jesus. Let's just take a drive, my man. Take a drive, my man. Hopped into my old Ford and went out for a spin. Drove past a military funeral where we saw these angry men with signs that said that God hates fags. And Jesus said, let me out. Walked up to him real calm and cool, and I heard one man shout, get out of here, you dirty hippie. Can't wait for you to die. And Jesus said, I already did, and then smiled and waved goodbye. Got in and said, Daddy doesn't hate nobody. That's an awful thing to say. Plus, Daddy knows what he's doing. He's the one that made him gay. God made him gay. So I went back to driving, and then I saw him shed a tear, and he said, y'all sure have made a mess of all the things that we gave you down here. All this war and global warming, no help for the sick or the poor. Maybe Daddy and I should just pull the plug. Y'all ain't worth it anymore. I said, whoa. Jesus. Take it easy. I gotta pick my 2 sons up at 3. If it's gonna be Armageddon, I think I'd rather have him back home with me. And he said, oh, okay, then let's go get him. And turned up the radio. We sang along to old Merle Haggard songs as we rode on down the road. Mama tried. Oh, Mama tried. Pulled up to the playground and Jesus said, looky there. There were children running around laughing. There were smiles everywhere. It was the white, the black, the Chinese, the short, the fat, the tall. Christians, Muslims, Jews, and atheists having themselves a ball. Jesus smiled and said, well, maybe there's hope for you folks yet. So learn a lesson from your children and try not to forget. And I'll call off this doomsday into the world and I can go back home. It gets wild when I leave Daddy and John Lennon up there all alone. Oh, yeah. I said, okay, Jesus, take it easy. I'll see you another time. And just like that, he was gone and everything seemed fine. I yelled, one more thing, Jesus. Could you help me write some hits? And in a big voice, he said that I will if you quit writing songs like this. You know, thank you. That song is sometimes divisive. I've played it all over the world, and sometimes people will explain to me that they don't enjoy that song. And I think about that. I internalize those things sometimes, and I studied on it enough to realize that there's differences in people. I think that song is that song's only got 1 chord in it, and I think that there are some people that think it's okay to have a song with just 1 chord in it, and there's other people that feel like chords matter more, and you have to have lots of chords for a song to really be something that affects them. And so sometimes they're offended by that song, and I try to explain to them that we should all be able to put whatever chords in whatever song we like, and it hadn't gotten any better. I'm going to leave you with this next song that is not political at all. This is the song that scared my children when they heard it on the Anchors record that Larry mentioned earlier. And I should say thank you to the Mountain Stage folks. It's always a pleasure. He mentioned the very first time I got to stand here on stage and play with Bobby Blue Bland and Daniel Lanois, and then I've shared the stage here many times with so many people that I have discovered or were already fans of, and tonight is no exception. I'm so honored that I was able to come in and fill in last minute and do this. Thank y'all for having me. On that Anchors record, I had a bunch of friends going through divorces and people that we knew, and my kids are finally getting to the age that they kind of understand those things. And I wrote this song about that process. And my oldest boy, when I was putting him in bed one night, said, "Daddy, can I ask you a question?" And he's getting to the age you don't know what that question's going to be. So I was a little nervous, and I sat on the edge of his bed, and he looked real serious, and he said, "Are you and Mommy okay?" And I said, "Yeah, why?" And he said, "Well, I heard that song. I'm worried that you're going to get a divorce." And I explained to him that he didn't have to worry. Me and his mommy weren't getting a divorce. And then I had a stroke of parental brilliance and explained to him that, songwriting, sometimes you put other people into your songs and you build characters and things like that. And I explained it to him. I said, "Your favorite movie is Star Wars, right?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, George Lucas was never a Jedi, but he was able to write those stories." And he said, "Oh." And I felt like I'd done some pretty good parenting, and I went to leave his room, and my youngest boy called me in his room, and he said, "Hey, Dad, I knew that song wasn't about you and Mommy." And I felt good. I said, "Really? How, buddy?" And he said, "Well, because in the song, it says that the dad is putting the kids on the bus, and we don't even ride the bus." And I realized then that they were paying attention to all of these things that I say and write, and I was terrified. But I'll leave you with this one. It's called The Grand Charade. Thanks so much for having me. You go to bed early, and darling, I stay up late. I come to in the morning, and the kids are already awake. Get them dressed, get them breakfast, out the door and on the bus. Hope they don't see these walls building up between us. You put on your makeup and don't even look my way. Pass by me in the hallway like a ghost that's running away. Tell me we got dinner plans with friends at 5, and ask if maybe we could just act happy tonight. Oh, but nobody can tell, 'cause we play the part so well. Fool them all little by little more every day. Yeah, the truth is we made a mistake. Ain't that happy couple on the wedding cake? Yeah, it's you and me, darling, just living this grand charade. And I drive to work in this rusted out pickup truck. Coffee steams in the holder, torn between staying and just giving up. Sometimes I sit in this parking lot and I just cry, and wonder how the hell this became our life. Oh, but nobody can tell, 'cause we play the part so well. Fool them all little by little more every day. Yeah, the truth is we made a mistake. We ain't that happy couple on the wedding cake. Yeah, it's you and me, darling, just living this grand charade. We can try to stay together for our parents or for the kids, but we know now there ain't nothing to change all this. We can act like it ain't over, but it is. Let's do it again. Come on, pretend. Oh, but nobody can tell, 'cause we play the part so well. Fool them all little by little more every day. Yeah, the truth is we made a mistake. We ain't that happy couple on the wedding cake. Yeah, it's you and me, darling, just living this grand charade. Come on, little darling, we live in this grand charade. Thank you.
Will Hoge from down in Nashville, Tennessee. In the last 15 months, he's put out 2 LPs, Anchors, and the latest one, My American Dream. And he was referring to the fact that the Lone Bellow was scheduled to be on this show, but they had to cancel with 4 days' notice. So we're very grateful that Will stepped in and took over and sang in their spot. It's also a good time for me to tell you that the way Mountain Stage works, I don't know if I've ever said this in 35 years, we give every artist a time that they have to perform. We never tell them what to sing or what not to sing. And we assume they know what they want to sing, and we want them to sing what they love. And what's in their song is totally up to them. We do have a rule, though, and this applies to religion, it applies to politics, it applies to culture, which is you can sing all the hymns that you want, but you can't preach the sermon. And I think Will did a good job of putting his thoughts into his hymns. So we're happy to have Will on the show. Remember, if you missed part of Mountain Stage or you just want to hear something again, you can always visit the podcast section of mountainstage.org. Each podcast includes songs we don't have time to fit on the radio, as well as our complete finale song. If you could do us a favor, we'd appreciate it if you take a moment to subscribe, rate, and review the show wherever it is that you get your podcasts. We're going to finish this hour with a band from up in Morgantown, West Virginia. The 2 folks that are at the center of the band, Sarah Rudy and Whit Alexander, have been making music up there for some years. And they have just completed a recording, a collection of songs that's called Hello June, which is their name. And they brought some of the folks who played on it and the fellow who helped produce it, Bud Carroll, to play with them. There's a program that's done by NPR Music and View House called Slingshot, and it's made to introduce emerging exceptional artists to a wider audience. And we nominated this band for Slingshot, and so a lot of folks are helping play their songs over the air around the USA, and they certainly deserve it. Because fine songwriting, there's fine songwriting and production and some great singing too. Please welcome for the first time to the Mountain Stage, Hello June.
As soon as you hear that there's life upon Mars, that there's more out there, oh, I'll catch a plane. There. carry bees into the new country. And I would buy you water in some arbitrary As soon as they find out, as soon as they hear that there's so much more than we know, that there's so much more to fear. Oh, I'll catch a plane. I'll catch a plane. Or I'll walk there. Thank you guys so much. I love you too. That song was called Mars. That's off our new album. We put it out about a month ago. This next song is called Stranger. Nobody around here's got time for that. 4 whole walls and a city block away, and I don't deserve these 4 walls, this ball and chain. Is that it's cold, stranger. Upstairs, or is it more so ghost? Did someone say that it gets better? That hasn't happened in a while. Can't think of anything real, except for maybe I'm tired. I don't have a voice, but I am this pawn hand is back and forth. Stranger, this next song we've actually never played live. It's called Less Than Nothing. It's off of our latest record as well. We all live in West Virginia, and I know. For me, this is such an honor to be here on this stage. I've wanted to play a mountain stage show probably since I learned to play a few chords. By the way, those last songs, 2 chords each, in case you were counting. Anyways, this next song is definitely shaped by poverty and addiction, coming right from the state of West Virginia. It's called Less Than Nothing. All the black cats and black hats in this room, $200 million spoon, and we raise ours to take what is owed, to see what's left, and to leave the rest. Now we bow our heads to pray for all the pills we're built to spell, and all the words we'll never say. 'Cause God forbid, yeah, God forbid. There is something in his room, ghost of someone still in the room. The TV's on, and he talks to me, and he says he will never leave, and he says he will never leave. Is it too late to cash it in? Let me buy you one more, and tomorrow we will think. And tomorrow we'll think. Is it too late to cash it in? Let me buy you one more. And tomorrow we'll think. And tomorrow we'll think. And my guess is you are left with nothing. With nothing. And my guess is you are They know that we're less than nothing. They know that we're less than nothing but your sin. We have one more song left, but first I want to introduce all these lovely people on stage with me. Off to my right, backing me up here on background vocals is Holly Forbes. To my left is John Ingram, laying down the bass. I got Bud Carroll. He actually produced and recorded our record. He's playing guitar tonight. And my right-hand man, Whit Alexander, here in the back. Thank you so much for listening tonight. We very much appreciate it. This last song is called Handshakes.
From Morgantown, West Virginia, hello, June. Sarah Rudy on the vocals, guitar, and writing the songs. Whit Alexander on the drums. And Bud Carroll, John Ingram, and Holly Forbes also joined them. The new one is called Hello, June, and it's just out right now. So check it out at wearehellojune.com. Mount Stage is brought to you in part by Charles Ryan Associates. We are Smart Brand Communications, crafting solutions to drive results for more than 4 decades, proudly supporting the arts and public broadcasting throughout the Mountain State. I'd like to say a special hello to you if you're listening right now over KBMC, Bozeman, Montana, or WUGA down in Athens, Georgia. We hope that you'll be right there, wherever you are now, next week for a rebroadcast show featuring the Martin Sexton Trio, Dan Wilson, Son Little, Phoebe Hunt and the Gatherers, and Rachel Sermani. You're listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Mountain Stage is supported in part by this station and by West Virginia Public Broadcasting. Hotel accommodations for Mountain Stage guests are provided by the Charleston Marriott Town Center Hotel, centrally located for the business and pleasure traveler in downtown Charleston's retail district. This is Mountain Stage on NPR. Well, thank you. Welcome to the second hour of Mountain Stage, wherever you are sitting right now. We're so happy to have you with us. If you're just tuning in, we've had a lot of great music, and we got a lot more to come during this hour. We're going to hear River Whyless. But first, I'm happy to welcome back a woman who is a wonderful singer and songwriter. She now lives out in Montana, a beautiful part of the world, in Missoula. For a long time, she lived out on a ranch, little cabin, but she's moved into town. And she actually came into her own, more or less, I guess you could say, not too far from here, over in North Carolina, with Real-Time Travelers. Did some old-time music back some years ago, and you might have seen them on the Down from the Mountain tour. But now she's been on her own for a while. She's just made her 4th CD, and she's made it with the man who is here with her. They've been musical collaborators for a while. It's called The River and the Light. And it says in her promo that rivers have been a theme throughout the process of working on this record. I love that because, you know, some people are in love with the ocean and the seashore, but those of us, especially here in the Mountain State, we love the mountains and the rivers. Please welcome Martha Scanlan and John Neufeld.
If you go down to Last Crusade, say a prayer for me. If you go down to Last Crusade, say a prayer for me. I'll be headed down on old 93. I couldn't bring you flowers, I couldn't bring the dawn. I couldn't bring you flowers, I couldn't bring the dawn. That cedar seed I sent you, planted in your palm. And the road feels like 7 lost gypsies caught in a storm. And the road feels like 7 lost gypsies caught in a storm. Stage lights and stories, breaking of the dawn. If you see him, or tell him I liked his eyes, if you see him, or tell him I liked his eyes. Don't tell him I told you. Oh, there by river, by sky. If you go down to Last Crusade, supper for me. If you go down to Las Cruces, supper for me. I'll be headed down on 93.
Thanks. It's really good to be back at Mountain Stage. Such a hopeful little place on the planet, isn't it? This next song is actually about West Virginia. I was talking earlier before the show with Larry Gross about just the value of living in rural communities and how we're tied together by the land and by necessity and by our stories. And it's just such a beautiful and important thing, I think, right now, especially. This song called West Virginia Rain.
I was 16. I left my home, I could tell you very minute of the day. When I first saw my town from the eyes of a stranger, I see an old 1040 carried me away. I got to Emlyn, I took to gambling. I suppose I was tired to do it anyway. Dead broke and all alone and too proud to go home, I got me a job on the railway. Cars and the bars and the sweet dreams, coal cars that roll every day, steam and the chrome and the money sent home, and the whistle at the end of the day, blowing through the West Virginia rain. It was late in the fall. We got the call, there's some coal out sitting idle Logan County way. Miners been striking, one to our liking, when the orders came to us to haul it all away. Still see their coal-covered faces, slow, their bellies hanging low, sagging with the weight of the pain, rolling through the West Virginia rain. Nights I awake to the whistle, rumble and roll of the train. 40 miles gone, but the feeling stays on, and it lingers in the mind like a stain, washed out in the West Virginia rain. All right, we're going to take you all the way back to Montana. And I lived and worked for a long time on a ranch in southeastern Montana. And a lot of my songs come from that place. So a cowboy friend of mine, Irv, helped me write this song. He used to rodeo in the 50s and 60s. It's got great stories. And John Neufeld here and I made a video of this song in the Montana bar in Miles City, Montana, and you can see it on YouTube. It's called The Only Thing. Used to be time when he lied across the sky just to see if there was any star could hold a candle to me. Used to be he and me, burn a trail of dance hall dreams all the way from Cheyenne to Calgary. Used to be there was fire in a glance, could outshine the rodeo lights. Fire like a red hot bucking horse kiss me. The only thing that burns me now is the whiskey. Used to be, there was fire in her glance, could outshine the rodeo lights. Fire like a red hot bucking horse twister, burning up the 4th of July. Fire like the one that died when you turned and said that you'd always miss me. The only thing that burns me now is the whiskey.
I'm going to play one more song from the new record that just came out. And John Neufeld here, well, it was just both of us playing electric guitars in a studio in Portland, and then he mixed and mastered it, and it was very fun.
It was very fun. Yeah, we had a good time with this one. Martha's writing a lot of these songs on electric guitar, and she came out, and we were kind of working on the songs before you record them, and I was like, yeah, should we mix it up? I thought, well, you've never done an album playing electric guitar before, so why not just go all the way? And so she actually played my guitar on the recording. I played everything that wasn't mine on the recording. Played the engineer's guitar, engineer's amp, all of his pedals. But it came out really fun, and it was fun to be creative in the studio together. Yeah.
Yeah, and thanks so much for being here and supporting this lovely show. It's just like, it's really just kind of it's an American treasure, honestly. Like backstage, they have the list of everybody who's been playing here over the years, and it's really astonishing. So thank you, and thank you for having us.
Brother was tiny, blamed it on the times. Brother was tiny, blamed it on the whiskey. Brother was tiny, blamed it on the times. Made up his mind, didn't he? Remember that time when you rode with me across the divide? Last light of a July evening, running open wide. Chasing light, chasing time, chasing dreams that we never find. He to the horse, the animal beneath me, and the sky. You were young and you were with me. La da da, la da da. La da da. Oh, brother mine, cottonwoods throw their dark hands up toward the winter sky. Sleeping buds carry the promise of the coming light. Dream the songs of the creek in a shushing summer lullaby. You were young and you were with me. You were young and you were with me. Brother was dying, chasing the light. Brother was dying, current holding him gently. Brother was dying, chasing the light. Made up his mind, gently, gently. You were young and you were with me. You were young and you were with me. You were young and you were with me.
Martha Scanlan and John Neufeld. He lives in Portland and she lives out in Montana. And the new recording is called The River and the Light. And they have a video out for that song, Las Cruces. And they'll be on tour for a while, so if you get a chance to go see them, it's a lovely, lovely sound and a lovely show. It's time for Bob Thompson to play a tune, and he's going to keep up a traditional feel here with his own version of the old song, Wayfaring Stranger. Please welcome Bob Thompson. Colortones.com is where you find his music. Bob Thompson, Wayfaring Stranger. You're listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Major funding for Mountain Stage is provided by Bailey & Glasser, LLP, a nationwide law firm born in West Virginia, with offices in Charleston, Morgantown, Wheeling, St. Louis, D.C., Boston, Alabama, Florida, and Delaware. Details at baileyglasser.com. And by the West Virginia Tourism Office. There are places you visit and places you behold. You'll find natural wonders and endless experiences in the Mountain State, West Virginia, a place that's almost heaven. More information at wvtourism.com. Additional support is provided by hip, historic Charleston, West Virginia. You'll find live music 7 nights a week in West Virginia's capital city. It's music from the hip. Your adventure starts online at charlestonwv.com. This is Mountain Stage on NPR. We hope that sometime you'll take a look at our website, mountainstage.org. You can find links there to our podcast, and you can follow us on just about every kind of social media. Someday, we hope that you will follow us to a live show and join us, whether we are here at home at the Culture Center in Charleston or on the road. You can find out where we're going to be and get your tickets at mountainstage.org. You can hear Mountain Stage guest performances, including songs we don't have time to fit on the radio, at NPR Music. That address is npr.org/Mountain Stage. We're going to finish out this show with the band that was with us once before. They've been together about a half a dozen years in this form. Some of them have been together even longer than that. They met in college and then moved to Asheville, North Carolina. And they started playing music that was more traditional-based, Appalachian and other traditional music. And over the last couple of records, especially this last record, it's evolved a little bit. They got a different producer and started making a sound that's a little more adventurous, a little more genre-bending, and I like it a lot. The new CD is called Kindness, a Rebel, but whether they're playing new songs or old songs, I know you're going to enjoy them as much as we do. Please welcome back to the Mountain Stage, River Whyless.
All of my friends got hooked up last night, and I got wired too. Everyone I know is talking through space. I just wanna touch you. Show me what a body feels like in my hands. It's hard to remember. I've been looking for a new God of some kind. Call me and we'll get together. Tell me now when this went wrong. Tell me now when our words became empty. It was a cold sentence. Maybe I'm a helpless thing. It was a cold sentence. Maybe I'm a helpless thing. All of my friends got hooked up when the bees come. Maybe when the bees come. Tell me now when this went wrong. Tell me now when the words became empty. Tell me now when this went wrong. Tell me now when the words became empty. It was a cold sentence, maybe I'm a helpless thing. It was a cold sentence, maybe I'm a helpless thing. It was a cold sentence, maybe I'm a helpless thing. It was a cold sentence, maybe I'm a helpless thing. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks so much. I am your new king. Can't you see the teeth laid in this crown? Past now is present. I am the inside and you're out. I'll tell you, baby, a secret. Manufactured truth is easy to sell when you own the factory and you own the hearts of the clientele. Can I truly blame you? We're built on a system where some must fail so that you can break through if you've got the right skin. Are you born in the right country? Are you born in the right country? No, no. Don't you know you're lucky, kid? Well, you were raised on the right side of the town. Born rich, now you're the elite. I am the inside and you're out. Can I truly blame you? We're built on a system where some must fail so that you can break through if you've got the right name. Or you got the right God, or you're born in the right country. Or you're born in the right country.
Mountain Stage is so cool, y'all. Martha was talking about that list downstairs. I mean, tonight's been great, everybody. Great singers and songwriters and harmonizers, and it's really inspiring to be sharing the stage with everyone. And that list downstairs that Martha mentioned is so long. We stood there for a while calculating how many bands there were. And there's like somewhere around like 4,000 bands have played here, which is nuts. And River Whyless, we don't really measure in imperial or metric. We kind of measure in alcohol. So we deliberated for a while that 4,000, that unit would be our van full of cans of beer, plus a Prius full of shots of whiskey. And that's how we calculated how many bands have played at Mountain Stage. Just wanted to share that with you because it took us about 20 minutes to figure out.
We got a tape measure out just to make sure our measurements were accurate, and we used a pretty standard beer can. Here we go.
To the highest names, but they drown me out in hallelujahs. All deaf with grace. And just where you think I would, I found my circus in the dim light of a West Town bar, shouting benedictions out to feed our fire. Amen, amen, what men we are. As the oak and the smoke rings paint you in the glow of Van Dyke brown, to see you dance so free I can't hear nothing. Hey boys, man down. You said I suit you like a farmer's armor, feels the call is mind away, and how you heal me from an orphan sorrow as rain wash away the gray. Cause I was lost like a politician, caught up in a game of tug of war, when I found my feet slipping, found myself wishing I knew what it was that I ever stood for. But then you cool me and I'm just my mother, try to reshape me and I'm just my father, and all of those songs I learned before I forgot. Now when the day comes that I am lowered in a case of Van Dyke Brown, wanna hear my circus shouting out a benediction, wanna hear 'em singing all deaf with praise, wanna see you dancing in the glow of sundown, all around, so free, all around my grave. All around my grave.
This next song is it follows the story of a woman who has lost 3 different people in her life to 3 different wars in her life. And, you know, a lot of times people on the outside can look at that and say, you know, war is such a uniting force for a country, or it's a necessary evil. But I think if you've ever been through such a thing, you might say otherwise. And it is Veterans Day today, so we'd like to thank all the veterans out there. But I think they might be the first to tell you that war is the worst and should be avoided at all cost. And this song is called War is Kind.
Do not weep, child, war is kind. For your father threw wild hands toward the sky, and his steed ran alone in the night. Do not weep, child, war is kind. An orphan now you're one, and what you recall of him you look for now in a man here in the callous of the southern ground where you buried him. A boy has risen to stand, and you find his eyes as blue and his heart as red and his soul as burning white. Oh, but you can't believe your eyes when you find that it's calling him to the line, like it called him to the line. But do not weep, maiden, war is kind. As your lover tumbles in yellow trenches, rage in his breast gulps and dies. Do not weep, maiden, war is kind. A widow, now you're one, and how you long for him, and see him now in your son. Oh, but you can't believe your eyes as we go blind again. Blind again, the United States of Americans who are calling out for your boy. Calling out for your boy, but do not weep, mother, war is kind. As you hang your heart, humble as a button, on the shroud of your son, do not weep, mother, war is kind. Do not weep, mother, war is kind.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, y'all. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 2, 2.
Long-time lover, have you gone? I left you walking through the parking lot of a Motel 6 as I turned our van back east. Somewhere on the road we lost our way, but in my mind, I can save us all. I can breathe it all back to life. In my mind, I've spent my whole life moving. I've spent my whole life on a road. From a dream I'm waking up, and for the first time I'm terrified of waking up alone. Within the shade of my delusions, I drive into the night, drive into a life that I deemed worth living all my life. In my hands, a child is dying, but in my mind, I can save the boy. I can breathe it all back to life. In my mind, I've spent my whole life moving. I've spent my whole life on a road. From a dream I'm waking up, and for the first time I'm terrified of waking up alone. Ooh, I'm terrified of waking up alone.
Thank you. We're going to bring Michael Lipton out here to play some guitar with us on this song.
Mountain Stage Band. Had the pleasure of meeting and jamming with him last time at the Empty Glass, last time we were here. This next song, I never really get to tell the story about this song because we open the set with it normally, so tonight's a special. I finally get to gab like I love to do. This song is about those tiny moments. Let me start with an example. I have a weird thing where if I'm in the kitchen and I drop a dish and I know there's no salvaging it, I know there's no way I can lay out and catch it before it hits the floor, there is a tiny moment of excitement, of pure joy, knowing that that dish is going to explode into 100 pieces. And I'm not assuming that you all have that same feeling, but there's just this very undefinable split second of a moment where I have a feeling that I can't control. And it also happens when a semi-trailer kicks a rock and it hits the windshield, and you have that moment where you're like, was that a rock? There's always that moment where you think there's something hits you, and I guess it's called emotion or humanity or innate, whatever, struggle to survive in this world. But anyway, this song is kind of about that moment. It's about a relationship I have with a person who we are on different sides of the religious spectrum, different sides of the political spectrum. We disagree on most things, but we share these moments together. We are still human, and we still understand that we feel things and understand one another. So this song is based on that relationship with this character, and in that special moment that I still can't seem to put into words. Thanks for having us, everybody.
What am I making love for? Why do I carry on? How can you enjoy it when you're so far gone? You want me to explain it, you want me to confess that I don't tend to wander on the road to success. Darkness in mine. In my mind I can lie all the time. All you need's a good idea to get the things you want. And if I had two of them, I'd surely give you one. So pick up your pace now and listen. Watched you at the cannery beneath the boomer's sweat. Followed you from the factory to your television set. Open up your cupboards and take your glasses down. I wanna see you break one so I could understand. I have got the darkness in mind. You're alright, and I am fine.
Thank y'all so much.
Brian O'Keefe, Hallie Anderson, Daniel Sheeran, Alex McWalters, River, Whyless. From over in Asheville, except for Hallie now lives out in Oregon. The latest CD is called Kindness, a Rebel. And you heard several things from that one right there. Great, great sound. Our thanks to River Whyless, and our thanks to Martha Scanlan and John Neufeld. Our thanks to Hello June and Will Hoge and Royal Wood and everybody that came with these folks. Our thanks to you folks here at the Culture Center Theater for being with us live at our home base. And of course, as always, thanks so much to you listening there on the radio, because without you, there would be no Mountain Stage. We never forget that. We hope you'll be with us again next time. We have a rebroadcast featuring the Martin Sexton Trio, Dan Wilson, Son Little, Phoebe Hunt and the Gatherers, and Rachel Sermani. Mountain Stage is produced by Larry Gross and Adam Harris. Associate producers are Jeff Shirley and Vasilia Skouras. Assistant producer is Alexis Palmer. Production manager is Paul Flaherty. We're engineered by Francis Fisher, Richie Collins, Jim Raines, and Patrick Stevens. Production assistance comes from Michael Lipton, Mary Lee, Lance Schrader, Chris Mead, Big J, and Woogie. Photographic services are provided by Brian Blauser. Promotions coordinated by Vasilia Skouras, Adam Harris, and Music in Motion Promotions. Special thanks to Mountain Stage members Walter and Sean Williams for their generous support. Lodging is provided by the Marriott Town Center Hotel, centrally located for the business and pleasure traveler in downtown Charleston. Go and hear some live music wherever you are as soon as you can. You've been listening to Mountain Stage Live Performance Radio in the Mountain State of West Virginia. This train is bound for glory, this train. This train is bound for glory, this train. This train is bound for glory. Everybody rise, you got to be holy. This train is bound for glory, this train. River Whyless.
This train don't go no liars, this train. This train don't go no liars, this train. This train don't go no liars, no bartenders, no man. This train don't carry no liars, this train.
Brian Kennedy.
This train don't pull no gamblers, this train. This train don't pull no gamblers, this train. Oh, this train don't pull no gamblers, no crap shooters, no whiskey drinkers. This train don't pull no gamblers, this train.
Play your fiddle, Holly. Bud Carroll now. Hello June right now.
This train pull wide and back.
Bob Thompson on the piano. Okay, Michael, lift it. Martha Scanlan.
This train's a healing train, oh, this train. This train's a healing train, oh, this train. This train's a healing train. Everybody riding in Jesus' name. This train's a healing train, oh, this train.
John Neufeld. Everybody, first verse, come on.
This train is bound for glory, this train. This train is bound for glory, this train. This train is bound for glory. Everybody riding, got to be holy. This train is bound for glory, this train. This train is bound for glory, this train. This train is bound for glory, this train.
Support for Mountain Stage is provided by Bailey and Glasser and by the West Virginia Tourism Office. This is NPR.